So HIPS Payment Group, an e-commerce payment solution platform, in the last few years has cemented its stance as one of the leading and most innovative companies right now. Besides offering merchants a viable and scalable platform to receive payments for products sold and services rendered, this company seeks to offer users 100% customer satisfaction, which is a rare concept in the e-commerce payment solution world. Taking things up a notch in its quest to revamp the payment industry, HIPS Payment Group has developed and launched 3 subsidiary projects. These are the HIPS Merchant Protocol, HMP, Merchant Payment Protocol, MPP, and the Merchant Token, MTO. Now, before diving deeper into how these projects work, let's take a brief look at the payment industry and how it rose to prominence and of so much worth. So the history of the payment industry dates back to the 1940s when Frank X. McNamara, a businessman who dined at one of the finest restaurants in New York City, Major's Cabin Grill, was unable to offset his bill after realizing that he forgot his wallet at home. So what else could he do? Well, as a reputable businessman, Frank signed an IOU and duly returned the next day to offset his meal bill. This singular act, according to most experts, opened up the way for the payment industry today. Subsequently, the Diners Club was launched. Being an exclusive and well-respected club, members, mostly individuals of high social status, were issued a card that would serve as payment for bills. With the Diners Club getting traction and respect, merchants had this unfailing trust in them and let cardholders pay with a firm hope that the club was capable of resolving all payment conflicts that may arise. So this launched the Merchant Protection Platform, where the interest of merchants was prioritized. Albeit an industry changer, this was problematic by default. More than 50 years after the Diners Club was launched, we have witnessed the influx of various payment gateways, some of them being worth billions of dollars in market capitalization. The advent of technology opened further opportunities for individuals to quickly offset bills by a simple phone call or text. So these payment platforms, as I mentioned earlier, they focus primarily on the merchant's interest, with consumers basically left unattended and unprotected. This became a cause of concern and resulted in the mistreatment of consumers who are by financial standards the most important party in any financial transaction anyway. So after careful study and thought process, the HIPS Payment Group launched the HMP and the MPP. According to their official websites, these subsidiary projects based on blockchain technology will pioneer a radical shift in how consumers are treated. So the merchant token, ordinarily, merchants could file bankruptcy while holding a consumer's funds. Surprisingly, it has been revealed that 9 out of 10 micro companies file for bankruptcy in the first few years after launch, leaving consumers empty-handed. Additionally, the recent cases of fraudulent websites and stores that claim to sell products is another sticking point. So these have made it basically impossible for consumers to freely shop for products without proper due diligence. There's only a few shops that you can stick to and actually trust these days, right? You probably only stick to Amazon and all these big companies that they've heard of. That's because a lot of these websites we come across these days are scams and they are not to be trusted. Well, Merchant Token aims to resolve these issues. The HIPS Merchant Protocol was going to ensure that the interests of users are protected at all times. Now, Merchant Token in itself is the native currency of the HIPS Merchant Protocol and has been made available on various blockchains like Ethereum, Cardano, and Solana. Introducing smart contracts, this project will enable users to gain control of their purchases. Basically, on the network, a smart contract will be started for each transaction between a consumer and a merchant. Merchants will only receive the agreed fee when consumers have received the product or service. This reduces the risk of fake stores selling fake products. Now, built by HIPS Group, the HIPS Merchant Protocol is a super fast network that enables seamless and cheap transactions between parties. And like I said, it's compatible with the Solana blockchain, which is capable of processing over 50,000 transactions per second. The HMP project is faster than Bitcoin and Ethereum combined. So let's talk about some of the features of MTO, of Merchant Token, alright? So the Merchant Token as a governance token will be responsible for the smooth running of the HMP network. One of the core features of this network is to resolve all of the conflicts that may arise between merchants and users, just like the Diners Club. Now, integrating the automatic dispute management, AMD, the Merchant Token will be used to resolve conflicts between warring parties. Additionally, network users that successfully resolve conflicts will be rewarded with MTO. This makes this network an ideal passive income source for investors seeking to get in on the crypto trend. Another foremost feature of this token is the introduction of a more advanced and consumer-oriented network, better than the traditional system that has alienated consumers, leaving them to fend for themselves. So the introduction of blockchain technology will, however, guarantee safety and the elimination of frauds of any kind. If the recent credit card thefts are anything to go by, there's a need to solve this problem right now, else it escalates. In certain parts of the world, especially in developing countries, most online merchants store the financial information of users on their websites. In situations where this personal information gets out, users are in danger of losing their hard-earned funds. The HIPS Merchant Protocol will introduce a private key system where users will be able to make orders for a product via this key. With this feature, the risk of fraud is basically just eliminated. Now, in addition to all of these features mentioned, the HIPS Merchant Protocol will completely change how the payment industry functions, while ensuring that users are equally protected. Its governance token, the Merchant Token, will pioneer this paradigm shift. So in conclusion, with experts predicting that the Merchant Token, which is currently in its ICO stage, will rise in the future, there's a substantial proof to back it as well. We have reviewed the Merchant Token as well as the HMP, as they both seek to revamp the payment industry by proposing a new yet innovative and advanced method of approach. This is one of the HIPS Group way of contributing to the growth of the payment industry. And guys, just overall, I think this is going to be absolutely huge. ICOs are blowing up lately, and I think Merchant Token is going to be one of the best of the year by far. So if you would like to invest in Merchant Token, just click the link in the description or comment section down below. Just scroll down underneath this video. It's going to be the first link you see down there. It's going to take you to their website where you can read more about it, learn more about Merchant Token if you want to. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.